This is JT from Rubber City Motoring. Gonna get into the first step of this dash removal here and sort of show you what's what. Then from there, gonna move into the next step, which is removal of the factory stuff and kind of fitting the details parts. But before I start, I want to show these things since I'm kind of updating as I go. But at the same time, this is mostly focusing on the details install. Got these little guys off the Facebook group. These are door handle, door pull, whatever you want to call them, savers. They pretty much just drop in there like so. Got them off of there, got new screws and everything. Kind of excited about them, mostly because I think it's going to save your door handle, your armrest here, whatever you want to call it, because most people don't pull necessarily by this. A lot of people reach and pull by this, and it wears these out. These sort of reinforce it. But long story short, going to put these in as well, just to get them off the dash up here so I don't knock them off and damage them or anything. I got the plain ones though, flat black, nothing fancy. Not a big logo emblem guy, so I'm going to put these in. This is clearly off topic from the main idea of this video, but I just had to show this. So this is the infamous armrest. I think one of these is going for like 250 bucks on eBay in the gray. I'm looking for a full set of these for the car, just sort of piecing them together. I know they're out there, but still, I don't want to cover this gray one, so I don't care what color I can find. I just want to get one and have it leather covered. But anyway, this is 180,000 miles, if I can get some good lighting here. Not overly bad. The holes aren't too bad or anything, but you can see a little bit of rubber bendage there. And it actually does turn into metal for the people that didn't know that. I didn't. I've never taken one of these off, and it just kind of slides in there. So cleaned it all up. Going to stick this back on here with the saver until I get some leather guys going, but that's the infamous armrest there. Driver's side is obviously the one that wears out the quickest, but this one isn't too bad. Not too shabby in there. A lot cleaner, that's for sure. If you get the detailed ones with all the crazy wording and logos and whatnot, but there it is. In there, you can't even tell unless you're looking for it. And a little bit sturdier, it seems. So 3 more to go, but I'll get to those later. First thing I got to do is pull out some different bolts here. Let me adjust my lighting and sort of show you what's what on this lower dash unit here. So one of the easiest spots to see and work on is the lower end of this lower dash, and there are 4 bolts along the bottom, and I don't necessarily mean the 2 on this plate here. There's like one right there. And then there's 3 more all the way across to the middle there. Those are 2 that are going to need to come out, and they seem to be a 7mm. I've got this guy here. There's also, if you look up there around the, we'll say the gauge shroud, 2 bolts under there, and I believe 7mm again. And then there's apparently one right there, which mine is a Phillips head screw. Not sure if that's correct or not, but that comes out as well. So I'm going to get started on those ones and then go from there, because then we move to the ashtray and that whole deal, and then we're pretty much ready to start removing. So the ones that are sort of, we'll say, under the radio, there's 2 under there. A little tricky to get with my driver there, so I'm going to use this guy to get to them. And then on top of it, the ones are a little trickier to get. There's 4 of them back in here, 2 on each side of the ashtray. That has to come out too. So I'm going to work on that guy. And then I want to say that's it other than the clips. But there's quite a few of them in there, and you don't want to miss one. So if I happen to spot one here in my next step here, I'll let you know, but that's as far as I know right now, all of them. And then I'm getting my last looks at the lower dash setup here with the radio on the bottom, because this will pretty much be it after I get this taken out of here. It's kind of crazy, 180,000 miles, and it's on its way out. So the gauge binnacle or trim piece, whatever you want to call it, that's out. More of a, not a machine screw, kind of a self-tapping, looks like, because it goes up into the dash. But I wanted to show this down here, if you can make it out. There's a clip there, and two, there you go, two over there on that side. So passenger side has two, driver's side has one. Now this, I'm not sure, I assume this is the same on all the years, 94, 95, 96, digital or analog, but yeah, there it is. You can see my resistor down there for the odometer. Gauges don't have to come out or anything, but this is one of the steps that sort of holds this whole assembly in there, right there. So I'm going to work on the ashtray over here, and that should be it. Those 4 bolts in the ashtray. Just got this guy out of there too, and you can see that's already working loose there. So some big heavy clips in there hold this in now. There is also a plug connector, which, oh, my lighting's so bad, I'm sorry. Right there, that has to come out as well. And that's pretty much it. I popped this out of here, you didn't need to. That's what the plug connector's for, I just did. But what's crazy though is if you look at this, I think I have to look. I think I put an LED in here and I'm not sure if it's working. I'll have to check it. But you can see down there how the factory bulb just cooked it in there. Like, I mean, it got so hot and melted it. I'm not sure if anybody else had that happen, but definitely LED's not going to let that happen. So ashtray, cup holder, whatever you want to call it. There's the assembly. You can slide it back together. That's it. Spotted one more screw, and I want to say I've missed this one before. Right under the radio, you can see it up through there. Definitely an important one. Take that one out. I think that'll be it. So I was going to film this coming out of here, but it kind of just all came out a lot easier than it should have. I opened the glove box door because if you can see that little mark there, that's one of the bumpers where the door hits. So you got to open the door to get it to clear. And I gave it a tug and just the whole thing kind of came out. Now this has been off, this is the second time. If yours is like never been off, for sure, it may be a little tougher. Like, here's kind of the point. Like, if you look right here, you can see this clip on there, on that, we'll say like that big tooth looking thing, because it goes up in there. Now this one, it's missing because the clip stayed up inside there. So you know, you got to kind of fish those out of there if they did not come out, because you know, you got to use it. But let me get this out of the way here and I'll show you what we're looking at. Okay, even if I had a workbench this big, I don't know exactly who does, or so I have to use the floor grossly. But so I wanted to share the differences between the two units. Obviously mine's on the top. It's a little dirtier because it's, you know, got my greasy hands on it from doing different jobs and things. The details unit, it includes everything but your vents and your little logo, I guess you want to call it, your emblem for the center. So basically, you know, I got to transfer that little vent diffuser thing down here because there isn't one. Pardon my shadows and all this. I'm not really in a studio. But here's our, I'll give you kind of the upside down view. Here's our money maker right here though. OEM says Impala SS. Right there is our details unit, doubled in on the top, HVAC on the bottom. And you can see, I mean, everything's pretty much ready to go. Like I said, other than the diffusers right there in my Impala logo, which that should transfer over pretty easy. The best part about this, let me turn this around here. The best part about this whole thing, I don't have to hack up my original unit. I get it if you don't care. You know, there's just something about it to me, though. I like being able to go back to stock. I don't know. I don't want to go over the line here, but I'll say if you have a blue Caprice, you know, and it's pretty dime a dozen, it probably doesn't matter as much unless it's your favorite car. Then definitely don't cut it up. Get this from Sean at the details, and then you can save your beautiful dash, your Caprice B-body dash. But you know, with an Impala, and I don't think they're going to be worth, you know, crazy amounts more than a Caprice, but at the same time, this gray dashboard, it almost just feels like such a shame to cut it up. But anyways, that's just me though. I don't like chopping things up and ruining things. I like being able to go back to original. Like a good example, on my Camaro, I didn't buy weld-on subframe connectors. I bought bolt-on because I didn't want to ruin the car. So that's kind of where I stand with stuff. But it's crazy cool though. Isn't this thing just amazing? I just absolutely love this thing. And I still can't put it up because I got to do the nitty gritty tough work now. But I mean, they even include the bottom panel there. Everything's ready to go though. I mean, I just got to transfer a couple things over. Then this it's just basically trim. I mean, it's nothing fancy on this part. The next part is the important part for sure. I wanted to give you the view of this. Sort of before we take it apart and follow the details kit and start dealing with the flip here. Said it before, the one factory radio Bluetooth conversion unit, that is going to come out, and we're going double din up on top. So this guy actually I'm going to get rid of. I think I'll just probably end up selling it or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's a neat radio though, that's for sure. It's very clever. So that's pretty much it for this short video. I want to do this step by step so you can follow along, and really I'm not tackling this in one day. I just don't have time. You know, I'll probably kind of screw around with this, maybe transfer my vent pieces and do that today, but you know, this is the disassembly phase, and then we'll move into the center stack area on the next video. So if you are interested in this, check out the details. That's 2 S's at the end. Get it? SS at the end, details.com. Get in touch with Sean, tell him JT sent you from Rubber City Motoring, and you know, this is the new thing from him. This is something, it's an option. He's building them as fast as he can, and it's definitely, as I said in my original video, total turnkey, ready to go. No cutting, no fabbing, no, you do have to cut something out of your dash, but as far as the lower dash goes, the part you see, he's taken care of. Thank you for watching. RubberCityMotoring.com. Most of my stuff's going to end up on YouTube though, so if you you know, like this video, you want to see more from the Impala here, subscribe for sure. And you know, maybe we'll hook you up with some prizes here as we get more subscribers. So thank you. See ya.